Welcome to the podcast series, Small Business Survival Conversations. Through our weekly conversations, we hope to provide you with strategies and insights, knowledge and expertise to enlighten you as you work to build and grow your business.
Good morning, business warriors, and welcome to Monday Morning Motivation. I'm your host, Anna Steinfest. And if you're a small business owner listening right now, I want to start with the truth that may not sound soft, but it is very powerful. Life is not always fair, and business is not always fair. And the sooner we stop fighting that reality, the sooner we get our power back. Now, I know that is not what most people expect from a motivational message, especially Monday morning. Most people want to hear that hard work always gets rewarded, that the best product always wins, that good people always get noticed, that if you just keep pushing, everything will eventually even out. But if you have been in business for more than 5 minutes, you already know that it's not how life works. Sometimes the person with less experience gets the opportunity. Sometimes the competitor with more money gets more visibility. Sometimes someone else has more support, more connections, more time, more help. And yes, sometimes that stings. It can feel frustrating. It can feel personal. It can make you question your own journey and ask, why does it seem so much easier for them? If you have ever felt that way, I want to hear me this morning. You are human. But I also need to lovingly remind you of something important. You cannot build a strong business while constantly staring at someone else's hand. You cannot create momentum when your energy is being drained by comparison. You cannot lead your business well if every day you're mentally giving your power away to what somebody else has, what somebody else got, or how quickly somebody else seems to be moving. The truth is, people are not all starting from the same place. Some people were given a head start. Some have family money, some have a built-in network. Some walk into the rooms already feeling like they belong there. Some have advantages you may never have. And here's the part that is hard but freeing. You may not be able to change that, but you can you can still win. And that is what I want to talk about today. Not fairness, not wishing life were different, not spending another Monday frustrated over what you do not have. I want to talk about playing your hand. Every small business owner has been dealt a hand. Some of you were dealt a hand where you had to start with very little. Some of you are building while grieving. Some of you are carrying a business and a family and a job and 100 other responsibilities all at once. Some of you have talent, but not enough visibility yet. Some of you have heart, but limited capacity. And sometimes, if we're all honest here, we spend so much time looking at everybody else's hand that we forgot to ask the most important question. What am I going to do with mine? That question changes everything because you may not control the hand you are dealt, but you absolutely control how you play it. You control whether you show up today. You control whether you keep learning. You control whether you stay bitter or become better. You control whether you keep comparing or start creating. And let me say this clearly. There is nothing productive about sitting in resentment. Resentment feels active, but it is not. Comparison feels insightful, but it is not. Self pity feels honest, but it is not helpful. You can spend years being angry that someone else got a faster start. You can spend years wishing you had their confidence, their contacts, their clients, their following, their money, but none of that sends the proposal. None of that improves the offer. None of that serves the customer. None of that builds your business. Comparison is one of the quietest thieves in entrepreneurship. It does not always show up loudly. Sometimes it whispers, maybe I'm behind. Maybe I missed my chance. Maybe there is no point. They already have the advantage. And before you know it, you are not building anymore. You're watching, you're measuring, you're shrinking, you're losing energy over a race you were never meant to run in the first place. Let me encourage you this morning, though. You are not in business to become someone else. You are in business to steward what has been placed in your hands, your story, your voice, your skill set, your resilience, your perspective, your hard-earned wisdom, your ability to solve problems the way only you can. Maybe your hand does not look flashy. Maybe it looks slow, unconventional, underfunded. Maybe it looks like a lot of late nights and figuring it out as you go. But do not underestimate what can happen when someone commits to playing their hand well. A world-class card player does not sit at the table crying over the cards they wish they had. They study the cards in front of them and decide how to use them wisely. And that is the mindset I want you to take this week. Not why is their hand better, but how do I play mine with courage, wisdom, and consistency? And I will be honest, this is not always easy. Sometimes it hurts to look at your own reality. Sometimes it hurts to admit that somebody else has an easier road. Sometimes it hurts when you're doing your best and results are taking longer than you hoped. Your feelings are real here, but your feelings do not have to become your direction. You can acknowledge disappointment without being defined by it. You can admit something feels unfair without letting that unfairness turn into helplessness. You can be honest about what is hard and still choose to move forward. That is strength. And here's one more thing I need you to hear. I want you to hear today. Once you stop arguing with reality, you can finally work with it. Once you stop spending your energy saying it should have been different, you can begin asking, what can I build from here? There is a freedom that comes when you stop needing life to be fair before you agree to be faithful. I want you to say that again with me. Stop needing life to be fair before you agree to be faithful. It is what it is. Now I want you to build. Now I want you to focus. Now use what you have, because every hour spent comparing is an hour not creating. Every moment spent resenting is a moment not improving. Every day you spend wishing you are someone else is the day you're not becoming more fully yourself. And your business deserves better than that. So this Monday morning, I want you to release the scoreboard in your mind. Let them have their path and you commit to yours. Let them move at their pace. And I want you to stay steady in yours. Your power is not in controlling their story. Your power is in leading yours. So your one action step for this week, I want you to write the 3 strongest cards in your hand right now. A skill, a relationship, or resource you already have. That may be some of your cards. And I want you to identify one concrete move you can make with just those 3 things before Friday. Not when conditions are perfect, not when you have more, right now with what you have. That is where momentum starts. Thank you for joining me for Monday Morning Motivation on Small Business Survival Conversations podcast. I want you to have a focused week, have a grounded week, have a courageous week. And I want you to remember, it is not about the hand you wish you had. It is about how you played the one you were given.
You've been listening to the Small Business Survival Conversation podcast. Make sure to like, rate, and review the show. And don't forget to join us next week for another episode. In the meantime, hook up with us on our Facebook group at Small Business Survival Tools and Tips. Till next time, thank you for listening.